Hi, I'm Mark. I work for Target Lifts. I'm a service and call-out engineer, and I've currently been with the company for 17 months. I like to get on site for between 8, half 8, depending where I need to go and what site. That will change because sometimes I'll get the train into London or the certain site. If I need to come to the office or I've got jobs more local, I might drive the van. So I just plan each day differently, so I get to site for about 8, half 8. Yeah, so basically usually just take my tool bag, which usually has all my tools that I need for that day. It's quite a standard kit, includes your meter, your screwdrivers, your spanners. And then I come to the office if I need a part, like today I've run out of lubricating oil for the guides, so I'm just picking up today.
Your job?
Yeah, lift engineer, yeah. So I was an apprentice when I was 17. So I got into it like 23 years ago.
Wow, okay.
So I did an apprenticeship with Stanner.
Yep.
And the first day I joined, obviously I met Danny. Because Danny was one of the fitters. So then I was on Stanner's up until sort of 18 months ago, maybe 16 months ago. So I'd been on there for like 21 years. And then Danny's tried poaching me for about 10 years, but I always turned him down. Yeah, I did an apprenticeship. I had to go to college. So I did like my MVQ. And I went to college alongside. So I did like 8 months Monday to Friday when I first joined. So I only used to go back to Stanner's literally when it was like a holiday, like an Easter holiday, a Christmas holiday. Then I used to go back to Stanner's and do like a week there, and then I used to go back to college.
Yep.
And at the end of like the 8 months, I passed, I think it was like my MVQ level 2 at the time. And then I went back for the next 2 years on day release, doing my BTEC, and then alongside that I was doing my lift books with Lits, which was my MVQ3 in lift engineering. I did a little bit with Brendan on repairs, because he qualified at the same time as me, so we did a couple of bits together. One of them I always tell everyone, it makes me laugh, but we went to a job and we opened up this lift pit, and we needed to get in the pit, and the pit had crisp packets laying on it. It had everything, and I was like, "Oh, I'll get in the pit, Brent," and he was like, "No, I will." He was both sort of keen, both sort of at your time, only a couple of days. Got the big van, got the big repair van. So you felt like you're a proper engineer now. And I wanted to go, no, I'll do it. Anyway, so I've gone, all right then, Bren, you go in there, mate. He jumped in this lift pit. He didn't realise, because I didn't, there was about a foot of water in it, and it got all the dirt on top, and so it all settled, all the dust and dirt. So the crisp packets looked like it was just laying on the block floor, but Brendan jumped in and just kept on going. And then he ended up with like up to his knees in all this dirty water, and then it was like, "Mark, we're going home. That's it." So it's a memory me and him have got. It just makes me laugh, and it's quite rewarding, really. If you go to a lift and it's broken down, or you're following up after somebody, maybe returning that lift to that person, so they've then got their lift back in their building. Yeah, it's a bit of a rewarding job. It's not always rewarding. Sometimes, for safety reasons, you have to turn people's lifts off, which can cause them a problem, whether it's a nursing home, a block of flats. So you're not always someone's greatest fan, and you're not always liked, but at the end of the day, they're paying the company to maintain and look after their lifts and make sure they're safe, and you're going in there as an engineer representing that company trying to make their lift safe, and if you feel it's not, then you have to do what's right and isolate it until the work's done. And we do night call as well, so we do see quite a lot of different jobs on different people's areas, you know, so someone's lift might break down between the hours of say 5 p.m. and 8 a.m. and the guy on night call will go to that site and try and fix it, and again, if he can't, then the day engineer the next day might come in and head over there. It might be a case that the guy needs to ring like the manufacturer and get some information from him, and they're not open of a night time, so that's why the day engineer might come in, ring the manufacturer, get some more information and be able to fix it that way. Yeah, it's a good, everyone on target is they're all really friendly. There's people you can speak to. You don't feel like you can't ring anyone to have a chat with anyone. Everyone's helpful. Even when people ain't working, they have like this, have like a group chat. So sometimes if people are working on a night shift or a Saturday, someone might put something in there like a message, like does anyone know where the motorroom keys are, or an access code, or something regarding a job, like some site notes. It could be one of the girls that answer, could be like say even Danny or Tony answering, could be engineers that realise that's their job, and they know how to get in or who to call.
I'll talk to Paul about that one.
Yeah.
Also, when you get a chance, I'm going to pop on a job that's going to be on 24 hours. International House, they're saying that lift one of their lights has gone out. We just need details so we can order a new part.
So first stop of the day, have to get a coffee in the morning. Grab a coffee and then go over to the site and start looking at the lift. Yeah, so this is the first site we've arrived to this morning. There was a trap in last night. A guy picked it up on the night call. He's left it isolated for a follow-up for today. Speaking to the maintenance man here, he seems to think that they've overloaded the lift. They had an event on last night, so it could just be a case that there was too many people in the lift, or they've been holding the doors open for some reason. So we'll go and have a look, and we'll try and work out what the problem was. What I'll be doing first, I'll just be seeing what condition it's been left in from last night, and then I'll probably just start going through sort of like the fault logger and just try and ascertain what actually happened at what time last night, that's all. This actual job is on another guy's route, but he's on annual leave today, so I work next to him, so I've just been asked to come and have a look, that's all. Seems like the guy's left it on inspection from yesterday, so I'll go down now to the car top and turn it over to normal so I can have a look at it. Guy's left it on inspection, so I'm just going to have a look on top of the car top. Right, so now I'm going to go back upstairs and have a look at the fault logger and ascertain why it broke down last night. This is a Carlos Silva MRL. So you've got all the motor and the controller, the main controller and the drive, all in the top of the shaft. Yeah, it's back working. It was just showing that it had tripped. One of the locks had opened while the lift was moving, so it stopped the safety chain, so obviously it stopped the lift moving in travel. So we're just putting in some calls. Just to see if the fault reoccurs, and then I'll have a look at some of the locks of roughly where this actually broke down. A lot of faults will be doors and locks. It's quite a common reason for a lift 2 breakdown, whether or not the doors have been hit or the contacts going in are damaged or not making correctly. It's usually like the last part of the safety chain, your car door locks and your landing locks. So that tells it it's safe to move. So obviously if a lock was to open, the lift will just crash stop. Yeah, so all I'm looking at, I'm just going to have a look that this drops in correctly. Just check they've got no fractured parts or anything. Turn the power off, as you see. They look fine, slightly just a little bit worn, as you would notice anyway. Just always just give them a little contacts, just a little clean up. Could just be a little bit of dust or anything that gets on there and stops the contact from making correctly. But on the whole, everything there looks there's no reason there. That all looks fine. Then what I'll do, I'll drive that down. And then I'm just going to have a look at the landing lock as well. Make sure they fully engage. And again, I'll just clean them slightly out, just in case there was a little bit of dust or anything on there as well. Like, they're only electrical contacts, so if it's not making a good contact, you may get some voltage through it, but if it doesn't get the full voltage, sometimes it's just not enough, and it will just stop or not get away from the floor at all. So that seems okay. I'm going to put the lift back in. I'm going to just drive down to the landing below and just check that one as well. And then just check over that, and hopefully then we can just return the lift. Yeah, so them locks also seem fine. So I'm just going to now run it to all floors for 20 minutes or so, just checking all floors, all different directions, just to see if the fault does reoccur again. If not, then we'll leave it with the customer. And I imagine this was potentially misuse from the amount of people that got in the lift last night. One thing is just how busy and how demanding the industry has got since I started. Sounds silly to say it now, but when I started sort of not 23 years ago, I remember as a mate or an apprentice at the time, we used to go to like a nursing home, and as you walked in, the warden would come, sit down, give you a cup of tea, biscuits, you'd sit down with the elderly people, you'd have a chat for half an hour to an hour before you did anything. But now, it's just a completely different industry, completely different. Everyone's a lot more demanding. You don't have that time anymore. And it's just a lot busier. So I think that's one thing that's, say, dislike or changed. But you turn up at a site and in your head you've planned to do something, and you've gone all the way there, you've got the part, or you've booked in services or you're servicing, and the minute you sign in now, you get a call out, whether it's a trap in or a call out, over the other side of your route, and you've just got to drop everything and go over there. And then because you're busy, you can't get back to what you originally do. So there's a lot of frustrations in that sense, that it's just a job that is a response. You know, like I said to you earlier with the night call, you go down, you go and sit down to have a bit of dinner, you ain't had a call, you think, right, it's time to have my dinner now. As soon as it comes out on the plate, you got a call.
Hello?
Chloe, it's Mark testing the phone.
Perfect, thanks, Mark.
Cheers, bye-bye. Yeah, so the lift's working, back up and working, but the auto dial currently isn't functioning correctly. So I'm going to have a quick look at it, but if not, I'll have to leave it shut down because the client doesn't want it working with the auto dial not working, because no one will know they get stuck when there's an entrapment. So I'm now filling out the log card. So it's there as a documentation, the site can read it, or anyone that wants to look at it, an engineer following me up or anything like that. Basically just stated that obviously the lock fault we've rectified, but the auto dial system is inoperative. It's very intermittently working. So due to the trapping last night, I'm going to leave the lift off until we can come back and fully investigate and rectify why the auto dial is intermittently not working. So. So we've had a call from the office saying that we've got the trapping. Trapping itself is like Limehouse Way on the way to Canary Wharf. So we're just going to have a drive over there, should hopefully be on site in about 15 minutes time. And then what we'll do, we'll go and find what's going on with that and get the people out the lift.
Sorry for that, I apologize.
No problem. You fell asleep.
Was you going up? Was you coming down?
I was coming down.
You was going, it just stops, did it?
Well, it just stops. It's start like answer.
Okay.
And it was literally, I think, just shut the door and it just
Okay.
a couple of times, and after that it just shut down completely.
No problem.
So
Okay.
it was like nothing on the board as well, so it doesn't. You just press the button. It's only the ring one is right.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I'll have a look for you.
Yeah.
Then what I'll do, I'll go and give it some runs from the controller
Yeah.
and have a look. But it lost the safety circuit, so that's why it had trapped the guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, mate. Thank you.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. Yeah, so the trapped passenger, we've now got him out of the lift. Basically, it was the phase failure that had tripped. So the site might have had like a mini power cut or something, which has then tripped the phase failure, which then stops all your safety circuit. So basically, we've just done a reset of the lift. The phase failures come back on, full safety circuits come back, and then we've gone round, pressed the button, and the lift has come down and released the passenger at the bottom floor. So just as another check, I'll just be running the lift, just testing it. But it was just due to probably a little mini power cut that the building have had. So we'll crack on. Yeah, so I'm just running the lift from the landing. Just going to see if it just runs up and down okay, with no other faults or defects before I give it back to the customer to let them use the lift safely. So Target use an application called Job Logic. So it has all our services, our calls, our loader defects all logged on now. So basically we have to go into this per job and fill out what we've done, either a service, a call out, and then we send it all back to the office. I've got an immediate defect over at that Palace House. They're saying that auto dial doesn't work again.
Well, have I been there?
No, you was.
One near
Yeah, you was going to come over because of the distance between the roof motorroom and the lift. But when I went back there and sorted it, it ran out straight away to the office. But insurance. Yeah, well, it's on an immediate defect. So Chloe's asked me to go over there.
Because I'm free for an hour if you're going there now.
Oh, yeah, I'm heading there. I'm heading there now if you want to come over.
How long will you be till you get there?
He said 20 minutes.
Yeah, because I can't do, I want to do 15 to 18, that's the Fridays, but I can't do it till 2 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, all right.
I'm back over there by 2:30.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah, at least that way I can go motorroom or something. You can test the alarm bell, can't you?
Yeah, alright, sweet. I'll head over them.
Alright, I'll see you there shortly.
Nice one.
Cheers.
See you in a bit.
Bye, mate. Bye, bye, bye. Right, we're going to a job now in Borough Market, where the insurance man has stated that the auto dial isn't working and he's put it down for an immediate defect. So we're going to head over there. I've just had a call from one of my colleagues, and he's going to actually pop over as well. This particular site, the motor room is up on the 5th floor roof, and the lift in question only goes to the 4th floor along the corridor. So just for pure easiness really, and to help, he's going to go in the lift car, and then I can have a look at the auto dial which has been fitted into the motor room, and as we're testing he can then operate the button from inside the lift while I'm testing the auto dial functioning back in the motor room. And then I'll come back and move it. Thank you. We had a report saying that the auto dial wasn't activating. So when someone's stuck in the lift, they press the alarm bell. So we just tested it there. It did go through to our office, and I spoke to the office girls. But we're just going to double check it, see if there is some sort of intermittent fault with the auto dial. Chelsea's just marked testing the phone at Palace House. Yep, so we've just tested the auto dial now 3 times and spoke to 3 different members of staff in the target office. So we've ascertained that the auto dial is working. So I'll now fill out my paperwork and close down the insurance defect. Right, Chelsea. Can you redeploy me the job for Royal College of Pathology, please? Because I went there earlier, but I had to leave it off because the auto dial didn't connect when it had full power. So I've spoke to Memcom, and they've told me something to go back and try. So I just need. Yeah, because I've left the lift off, haven't I? So.
Yeah, no worries, that's fine. I'll put it back to you.
Brilliant, thank you. We're going back to Royal College of Pathology to try and have a further look into this auto dial that didn't work this morning. I've gathered some information from the manufacturer, and I'm just going to go back and see if that rectifies the issue. Just before we go back into the job, it's about lunchtime now, so we'll head down to, there's a little cafe down Lehman Street, which is really nice, and we just pop in and get a sandwich or something. Like obviously driving in London is really difficult now, so I tend not to drive in London too much unless I'm on night call. I tend to get the train in just because of the easiness of getting around on the public transport or walking. But with that, because I don't always have the van, sometimes I would need something that would be in my van, and I obviously just can't complete that job on that particular day. Yeah, this site will be reception first, and then we'll speak to the maintenance guy, which would be a guy called Jamie. He'll come down and give us the pass, and we'll just sign in on their little computer screen and make him aware of what we're doing. So after talking to the manufacturer, they've gave me a bit of information about what I can do to potentially take out the alarm filtering from their unit. So I'm going to attempt that now and then try activating the unit again. Okay, so this unit doesn't actually have the wire 13 in it. So I'll now speak to Memcom and see if there's a setting we can change in the unit itself.
Hello, via customer service. Owen speaking. How can I help?
Hello there, it's Mark from Target Lifts. Just wondering if someone's available for some technical assistance, please.
Yeah, of course. I think I spoke to you earlier. Have you had a call back from that earlier?
Yes, I did.
Call?
I was asked to remove wire 13, but there isn't a wire 13 in the plug. So I just wanted to see if there was another setting.
Not a problem. I will add a note to the original ticket and I'll get them to give you a call off of that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Cheers, Mark.
Cheers, bye-bye. Another challenge we find in lifts is the new MRLs. Like this particular lift in question, you have the main controller up at the top of the shaft, along with the UPS battery backup system that you need to be working to release passengers when they're trapped. But as you can see, it's right at the top of the shaft. So to get to that, or if the UPS was to foul, then it causes us a lot of issues and a lot of problems. Hello?
Hi, Mark. It's Stacey out of Ireland.
Yeah, hello there. I looked for that wire 13 for the alarm filtering, but it's not actually wired in on this unit. Is there any settings that you'd want me to look at?
I'll run through the settings anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's star 1234 hash.
Yes.
And just confirm that your first 4 alarm numbers are correct or blank or...
Yep, no, they're correct, yep.
Okay, then you would go to... there's nothing in 15 or 16, is there?
No.
17 is your background and that should be... dial attempts and that should be 6 nines.
Yep.
26 hardware options.
12.
That's fine. Next one up, 27.
39.
If you press the hash key...
Yep.
actually... If you type star 30... That's AC fail delay. What you got?
Oh. Nothing comes up when I do star 30.
Where are you now on the screen?
Use star commands or keypad.
So if you do star 30, it still stays on that?
It does, yes.
Yeah, okay. You've got an earlier one then. What happens if you do star 35?
That's it. Tech delay.
Yeah, what you got?
3 zeros.
Next one up.
3 zeros.
You're not using the tech delay. There's no setting. If you press the hash key,
Yep.
type star 85, does it still stay on the command menu?
No, it goes to DTMF.
FRX.
Yep, 7.
Good. Next one up, number 86.
3 zeros.
Yeah, so you set correctly.
Okay.
So you press the hash key and then star 01 hash.
Yep.
So it works from the keypad
Yep.
on the Memcom.
Yep.
Okay, and then I gather if you were on top of the left car and shorted out 9 and 15, it should dial out.
Yeah. It's like the lift has to be in fault mode, but I thought you might be able to...
What type of lift is it?
It's a Carlos Silver.
Because that's something like what Independent or Rona used to do. It used to be built in on their controllers.
Yeah, okay, I can try and contact them, that's no problem.
Rings a bell, because I think somebody else had this issue with that colour silver as well. As I say, as they come over, most of them have it built in on the software.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I say, if the memcom dials out correctly otherwise, then obviously that's what it is.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you for getting back to me.
No, it's okay.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Cheers,
Bye.
take care, bye-bye, bye. So the unit is set up correctly. So now we'll just have to try and contact the manufacturer and try and take the setting out of the controller instead. What's his number? Right, Tom? Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad, you? Yes, I do.
Technique tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right, so routes and all that not available. So is it worth you lot going there?
It's a bit. What I found, I was with Dave last week, and then Dave said to me that he was going. He was booked in, and I booked in to go to site and meet the manufacturers and put it all back together. I don't.
They're not there. So Dave Williams has fitted the motor today.
Yeah.
Now what needs doing, it all needs plugging in, the drive fitted and that board that got blown up, replaced.
Yeah.
And then I need to get hold of Ruth, but Ruth is travelling tomorrow, so it's not available. And they said Rowan's available. I said, well, really, I think it needs to be Ruth with some consistency.
Yeah, you need consistency. Yeah. Yeah, I think you need consistency. He's got all the files saved. He's got everything saved. So really, yeah, you'd like to go when Rude's available.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. All right. No probs. Cheers. Bye, mate. Bye, bye. So just took a quick call there from Tom, just regarding a job we was going to tomorrow, but we needed to go there really with the manufacturer that was coming over from Holland. They've been delayed, so my plans have been changed for tomorrow. So I'll just crack on with my servicing and normal breakdowns instead of going over to do the tech job with the manufacturer.
Do your plans change a lot?
Yeah, they do change a lot. Just the industry, anything can happen, or like I say, especially people can go sick as well. Train strikes are different. All these scenarios, customers not available, or something's come up in a building, they can't now let us into the building, and just the sheer nature really of entrapments and just everything that we do, it can just change on a daily or hourly basis. Some manufacturers you get really good technical backup with, and other ones it's a lot more difficult to get hold of somebody when you need their technical assistance. So that's another challenge that we have in the industry. Hello, it's only Mark testing the phone. Thank you. So that lift is now in fault mode, so it is working correctly. What I've proved is basically the lift has to be in fault mode, lost safety circuit or fault mode for the auto dial to work. I've tested it several times and it works correctly. It will not ring out if it has full safety circuit, which the client is saying that during the trap-in last night they couldn't ring out. I can't recreate that fault because every time I've put the lift into a fault mode, it's rang out absolutely correct. just as a precaution, I will try to get hold of Carlos Silva and take out the alarm filtering, so the lift doesn't have to be in fault mode, and we can test it again like that. But for the time being, I'll be leaving the lift into service because it's working, in my opinion, how it should be working, correct. Okay. Yeah, no worries. All right, I'll have a read. Okay, no worries. Cheers, Tom. Bye, mate. Bye-bye. Plans might be getting changed again, so I've just got to read through an email now and see if it can all work out for tomorrow. So the top 5 items that I would use mainly on a daily basis for my job would be 1, my meter, 2, my spanners, 3, my set of screwdrivers, 4, my Allen keys, and my 5th one would be my shorting kit. All of these are really important for what we do regarding your fault finding, adjustment of doors, and generally setting things up. So they would be my top 5 that I would have to take with me on a day-to-day basis. If I was to come across traffic and I was going to be late, it depends really whether or not that specific job has been booked in with a customer. If I was going to be late due to being completely in a standstill traffic, I could let the girls in the office know, I could let my manager know, just to pre-warn them in case there was anything urgent came in, like an entrapment. Obviously, if I was booked into a job for a certain time and due to conditions out of myself, then yeah, again, I'd speak to the office and I'd get them to contact the customer and either rebook it or just inform them that I was going to be late at that time. We have to really be on site between 8 and half 8, really. That's what they like us to do. So I suppose that is quite a bit of a strict, but it can be flexible because you can make your way there and then get called somewhere else as well. So
Are your jobs booked in for a certain
time? Not. Again, yeah, only if they need it to be. I try not to get anything booked in really, unless the customer desperately wants it booked in. So the office will contact me when they need to, really. It might be a question about a loader item or a specific defect that I've wrote on a job sheet, or to give me a call out. How it works on target, if there is a breakdown, the office staff will ring you and give you the call. Being a lift engineer, it's varied. 1 minute you could be doing something electrical, then you could be doing something mechanical. So in my role, like service call out, it could be panel fault finding, or it could be like replacing parts in the controller or on top of the lift, or like the safety edge boxes or leads. So it's a little bit, it can be sort of small repairs, service call outs. So it is varied depending on what's involved in that particular job, which is nice because it makes 2 days not the same. So yeah, I quite like doing a varied amount of jobs and changing it up a little bit day in, day out. I do like the fault finding. And learning more about all the different controllers and speaking to manufacturers and building up like a bit of a contact list and sort of getting to know the manufacturers personally and getting a good rapport with them. Hello.
Hello, it's Chelsea.
Hello.
Hello, just a quick one.
Mm.
There's nothing on the calendar, but on Friday, if I booked you in with Jay to attend International House. Are you available?
I've just spoke to Sam and I was going to go Riverside House on Friday. Just trying to think. It doesn't really matter to me either way, but Sam had a meeting with Riverside House, so they wanted. I've got 3 services there to do, and I've still got the SAFEDs to do. So I needed Sam to help me with the pit stuff and the safety gear switch. What time would Jay need hand?
Whatever time, to be honest. He's not booked for anything, but lift 6 is switched off for a second engineer for further investigation. And they've got a meeting there tomorrow, so I just want to give a date at least.
Well, if Jay's all right, I can maybe go Riverside with Sam in the morning, and then I can do that still, and then I can head over there after that, so I can sort of get over there for like midday.
Yeah.
If that works with.
I don't need the time. I'll just check with Jay and then.
Yeah, as long as that's all right with Jay and he don't mind going there about 12ish, then I can sort of do them both then.
Yeah, perfect. That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right then.
All right.
Mark.
No problem. Oh. Mr. Wells.
Hello, mate.
You all right?
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the email from Tom regarding tomorrow.
When did he send it? I read through one about 3 o'clock.
I don't know, I've just received one about 5 minutes ago saying that we'd be in contact with him now.
Oh, okay. Change phone. Back to this one. This is a challenge. So sometimes when we're out on night call and it's been a long day, been on the road a long time, sometimes you just need something to help you on your way, as we say. So one of the tunes I like to listen to is a little bit of this. So back at the office after a really busy day today, rectifying a few issues, and now we're going to go and pick up a drive unit for tomorrow, as we've got another busy day tomorrow, and speak to the manufacturer while we're on site and try and get their lift back into service.